my last one for the questions I had. What was the most controversial project? I think I guess there's two ways you can look at it. What was the most controversial between us, or most controversial in terms of your audience on YouTube?
Okay, so I think this one's a little bit easier. So if it's between us, it was the barn doors. My wife hated the barn doors video.
Yeah.
I built a 10-foot tall barn doors. My wife is disappointed or hates them or something like that. I forgot what I titled it. That one had the most controversy. It's not controversial, but the most like drama based off of the thing is because, there's guys that are commenting, be like, well, if she doesn't like it, she should build it herself or something like that. You know what I mean? Those dummies.
That's what I thought of when I thought of it. I was like, well, it was controversial. I feel like that one was a pretty controversial.
That was the only thing.
People were trying to call me out.
Yeah, just that kind of, and that was just a spin on the storyline.
I mean, it was true. I didn't like them.
Right. And then controversial in terms of, what's the second definition of
Well, I think you answered that one. I was going to say this. The second part of that was controversial in terms of your audience, like either liking it or commenting on it. And I think it was the barn doors too, because like you said, I think people were like, wow, your wife's a biatch.
I don't have controversial content. Like there's not like, I mean, it's.
You don't have.
I did have one that would like kind of got me a little bit in trouble. I shouldn't even say got me in trouble, because it's like, this is just your audience responding. But it wasn't at this house. It was our last house that we're in. I was going down my rabbit hole of like creating content that would be like interesting, right? Like I was still in that world of like not home renovation, but create interesting stuff. And I remember somebody built a guitar, an electric guitar, and the body of the electric guitar, they made it out of colored pencils. They cut them all down to like 3 inches, stacked like 1 million of them upright, poured epoxy over them, cut out all the sections, fit the guitar. So it's really cool, intricate, millions and millions of views overnight. And I was like, I wonder if I could take a spin on this and take a gun and then take a revolver, like with a hand grip, and then replace the hand grip on the revolver as out of a colored pencil thing. And that's what I did. So I built this mold and I figured out the plates and the fittings, and so it came out. So here's this stainless steel pistol. It was like a 357 Magnum.
I forgot about that.
And it was this all different colors of the colored pencils is the body of it. And I released that video, and the video didn't perform well. And unbeknownst to me, I released it when there was like a school shooting.
Ooh, no.
2 days before or something, or 3 days before, or earlier that week.
Ugh.
I don't remember which shooting it was, but it was like people going, oh yeah, back to school, and you're putting out content like this.
Oh, because it's like colored pencils.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like even worse, because you're thinking of like kids.
It was the
guns.
only time I had to take down a video.
You did?
I did take that video down, because it was just nothing but negative backlash, and I didn't even think about like.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Did you know that about?
I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably one you just have to. It was just you came across as like insensitive.
It was the worst coincidence
of
the time me putting out a video and the topic and a tragedy that happened. Like it was the worst timing.
Oh, and you thought you had like this really good idea.
Yeah, and I was like,
something cool.
I had no idea. Like I wasn't. This is back in the day when I was trying to put out a video every Friday.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that about me too, Kyle? There was a time I was trying to do one video every week.
I remember that.
Like a vlogger.
While working part-time at the hospital.
Full-time at that point. That was before I was cutting down my hours.
Really?
I was, yeah.
Okay, so full-time at the hospital, which 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, young kids.
We had 2 kids.
Young kids. They were little.
They were little.
They're like 4 and something.
They were like 2 and 4.
2 and 4, yeah.
And so you were doing a video every Friday.
Every Friday. So I was not watching news. I was not watching movies. I wasn't hanging out with friends. Like I was missing baseball, like T-ball.
Yeah.
Jack was in T-ball back then, I was missing all these things because I was birthdays. Like, I got into this Gary Vaynerchuk mindset of like, you're one video away. So, from making it big. And I was just in that like rat race of one video, the next. And so I keep putting them out. And Yeah, I wasn't watching, so I wasn't aware of like there was even like a tragedy that happened, and I put out that video, and that was devastating.
You were just trying to grind.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.